Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and we're back with the tail end of November, and we bring to you yet another weekly painting progress. So hopefully everybody in the States here, you guys all had a nice, hopefully fulfilling Thanksgiving full of turkey and foods that you enjoy. And hopefully everybody all over the world enjoyed their Black Friday shopping. I know I certainly did. I didn't end up with as big of a haul this year as I would have liked or hoped. I definitely enjoyed some of the Black Friday hauls of yesteryear far more so, but I did get some cool stuff. Hopefully you all out there did as well. So unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I didn't get tons of stuff painted, and neither did Sparkletrout either, but we did, at least get to enjoy our limited time off, which I think is way more important. Managed to squeeze a couple games in, at least with my own family, and I know Sparkletrout managed to squeeze plenty in online, as he always does. But we did manage to get a couple of things painted. So first up, we have a Valor Corps Tank Commander from the Maker's Cult. I know Sparkletrout is a big fan. A couple weeks ago, I think we had another crewman in his jumpsuit to go along with it. And so the one thing, and I hate to just blow my wad already, but it's that impressive. The one other thing, and the main thing that Sparkletrout actually was working on, he actually got this done the day before in like an hour and a half, I think he said. Nice job there. But what he actually spent most of his time painting, and I can't even fit it on the screen, was this big monstrosity that I printed for him with a very cool looking World War I camouflage pattern. So obviously, since we have our Valor Corps, and I know he's kind of going with a German style for them, that's why he went with a German camouflage pattern and managed to even paint the bottom. We did not break it. That's where the pieces separated. These two are separate. The front and back are separate. And I got to say, I even did the weathering on the bottom. Impressive. This thing is a hunk of resin. I mean, so my printer was just kind of going nonstop every day for the last week. Putting new stuff on the plate 3 times a day, it seemed. Hopefully we can have some of that stuff show up in videos in the future. But I got to say, this tank is quite impressive and is going to look great with all of his various guards people that he likes to print. We were having a discussion the other day with a good friend of ours, actually. The fact that we tend to focus mostly on 3D printed stuff these days, and we were lamenting the fact that, not as many people are really releasing stuff in physical models. Sure, we do get the odd occasional kit. Definitely like the guys from War Games Atlantic. I have my cannon fodder finally on their way. I'm happy to say this is one of their late Romans that I just did a real quick job on to get a feel for how they're going to look painted. He's on a big base. And to harangue him, I went ahead and got some of these guys. I can't remember who made them now. Agema Miniatures. Agema Miniatures made these Carthaginian veterans. I was going to have a video on that actually later this week. So if you're curious about those, do take a look. And I tried to paint the symbol of Carthage on there, and it didn't turn out as nice as I'd like. But they're done. And he's got another Carthaginian accompanying him. Not the most fantastic paint jobs in the world, but I kind of wanted to just get a good idea of how they would look. Obviously, they're from 2 completely separate time eras, but that's always the case. All right, what other random things? A random Chaos guy from Arnis Studio with a very poorly highlighted job on him. I like this guy. Looks like a dwarf. He's short. Definitely shorter than a lot of the other Arnis Studio guys I've done. I think I have one of their new models for their current Kickstarter campaign. Definitely give that a good look, see if you guys haven't yet. In fact, I'll put a link to it down below if you guys are curious. So yeah, at least here's another human sized model. He's a little short, but he's not like dwarf short, if that makes sense. He's thick. All right, another random skeleton, and this one I'm going to guess is from North Star for the Oathmark line, by the fact that he's got a bit of armor on him and the tattered rags. And he is plastic. They do have those integral bases, though, so if you're not a fan of those, I don't know. I don't like those War Games factory Warlord ones that you had to glue the individual legs and stuff on. Those were just too much for me. I know there's definitely a appreciation for modularity, but sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. Another, the Order of Illumination, whatever these, the Resolutes. I think this is the Boss Man one. So we finally got him done. I think I have a finished squad now. What else we got laying around here that we painted? Woo! Hopefully that didn't break. Random Cawdor, guys. It's hard to see, but he's got little bronze peepholes on his mask there. Trying to get these guys done so I can finally have an excuse to start painting my Redemptionists. That I don't think I've even had a video on yet. I should probably finish that up. So we had that guy, and then he's got a buddy who lost his shoe. Where it went, I don't know. Very simple paint job. But sometimes, you know what? That's okay. I'm not looking to win awards. I'm looking to make sure I have everything finished and painted. Alright, speaking of things that should have been painted, and here's one that should have been painted a long time ago. I don't even remember what he's called now. I know he's a Space Marine, and I know he was in the Indomitus box. An Executor? An Executioner? I don't even know. Like, seriously, I don't even know what he's called now. Huh, okay, I'm going to have to go totally check that online. But I dig his Oron sculpt with half of his jacket off, like a wandering samurai with his giant block of a sword there. I didn't know what to do with his sand timer, but that's okay. He's finished. And then there's this guy. Oh, yikes, what happened? Okay. This was a Titanforge Barbarian, and I saw that December is bringing even more Titanforge Barbarians, so I'm quite pleased with that. I like how he turned out, actually. I spent way too much time on him, and I don't know if it's apparent. I'm going to guess probably not. And I probably should have done something a little bit more exciting and extravagant with that shield, but it is what it is. It turned out cool, I think. And then we have this big lion dude from Yadaro Studios. Yadaro GT Studios, I think. I like these. These are from their Zodiac line. Of course, I like their big, giant pit-style orcs, too. I feel like sometimes I'm in the minority with that, but that's okay. And this was a physical release. I want to say they offered these up as STL files as well, but this is actually the resin cast one in that CO cast stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of the CO cast. Maybe it's one of those things that where as companies become more accustomed to working with it, the results get better and better. And finally, since I got everything I wanted from Kingdom Death for Black Friday, as I said, I've been trying to work my way through my backlog, so I finally finished up. Well, I finished her. She'd been waiting to be finished. This is one of the Lagomorph survivors. The rabbit, obviously. You can see a little rabbit face on top of her head there. And I forgot to paint the nipples on her breasts, but maybe that'll keep it from getting flagged by YouTube, so who knows. She came out okay. I absolutely could have done a better job, but that is always the case. And I didn't put her together the best either, but she's done. And hopefully this next week we'll have some more finished. I will do my best to try to make sure that we have a better mixture of both physical figures as well as printed stuff. I know some weeks it seems like it's all printed. But again, when all of the bigger companies seem to be, I shouldn't say bigger, but more of the larger boutique model companies are putting stuff directly to, My Mini Factory and Patreon versus the traditional route. I mean, it is kind of hard to get stuff to review in the pandemic. Most certainly didn't help either. But we'll keep doing what we can. I should have actually quite a few historical kits coming up, so if you're into that stuff, that should be popping up on the channel as well, and I can guarantee that there will be plenty of printed stuff as well. And despite the fact that nobody ever seems to watch it, I'm just going to keep on chugging with all of the Gunpla, Gundam style stuff, because that's one of my hobbies. And you know what? It's my channel, damn it, and I'm going to review and show off what I want, along with the occasional book that maybe only 50 people seem to watch. But hey, I will continue to spread the good word where I can. Hopefully all of you out there are doing safe and doing well. And like I said, hopefully all of you out there enjoyed your holiday weekend. I'm dreading going back to work, but I'm already there by the time this is airing, wherever you may be. So fingers crossed for me, things go smoothly, which they should. Like I said, hopefully we will be back with more interesting releases as things continue to improve around the world, hopefully, in terms of logistics and getting those new and interesting models out to us. I know I got my cannon fodder, like I said, coming in the next few days, so hopefully we'll see those here as well. As always, we'll have those links down below if you want to track down any of this stuff yourself, try printing or painting it and doing a much better job than me. I'm sure you can. We'll have those options down there. And as always, we'll have a link to our Patreon page where if you'd like to help support the channel, your contributions are always greatly appreciated. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.